And welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things finance, stuff in the news, my grad school experience, and much more. And today I want to talk about the 5 things that I never expected to happen when I leveled up financially. All right, I have my notes here, so I didn't want to forget anything. But number 5, I paid off all of the bad debt by November of 2020. So I had no collections, I had no credit card debt. I did pay off my student loans, my undergrad finally, but I didn't consider that a bad debt. But nonetheless, like, I cleaned up my credit and had 0 debt by November of last year. So that felt really, really good. I felt really accomplished. I sacrificed a lot. I drove the same car for 11 years because I had put myself in such a hole that, like, I was just trying to dig out of this bind. So now that I am completely bad debt free, so it is awesome to feel that way. Number 4, my anxiety and stress levels dropped significantly. Like, I used to, okay, let's backtrack here a little bit. So 9 years ago, I was homeless, and that feeling of not having a roof over your head, or not having a place to sleep, not having a place to shower, all of that was the most stressful time for me ever. I never wanted to feel that again. So I think matter of fact, it's not a thought, I know I had PTSD over it. So bad to the point where at the end of the month, like, I would have full-blown panic attacks. Even if I had the rent or the electric or whatever in the account, like, I would just be like, hurry up and take it out, and I would just have such bad anxiety. But when I got my budget together and all the negative debt that was holding me down off of it, all of that just went away. It's like I have a weight lifted off my shoulders. It's not even a weight, it's like 3-ton boulders off my shoulders now. I don't feel stressed out at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, the first of the month. I don't feel stressed out no more. Like, I'm like, hey, it's there, y'all do what y'all want to do. And honestly, that feeling right there over just paying the bad debt, like, that right there is just like the best feeling known to man. Honestly, I felt so good December when I wasn't flipping out or freaking out over the freaking rent. I mean, like, stuff that's small, but when you have major stuff happen to you, honestly, you take it with you. And if you're an empath like me, you definitely carry it. You carrying yours and you carrying everybody else's too, and it's not by choice. Now, number 2, so for people who ever have not had a lot of money, you are the company that you keep. And I'm just gonna preface that with that, no shade to the people that I love, but you turn into the company that you keep. So the talks of me being stressed out about finances in any capacity slowly started to drop, because I didn't have those stresses anymore. Now, I wasn't bragging to anyone, I was just handling my business, you know, writing them goals down, what I wanted to pay off. I use, if you want a video on that, I can do it too, but I use the snowball method. Not the avalanche method, because I would have went nuts. Like, my anxiety is way too high for all that. So I use the snowball method to pay off my debts, and when they slowly went to crossing them off one by one, it felt good inside, but I never expressed it. But I did notice that less and less and less, I started to talk about how stressed I was. So I don't know if this gave people free reign. I don't know what people thought this was, but more and more people started asking me for money. And I'm not talking about like small amounts either. And I'm like, no. And that's another thing. Learn the word no, because it's in my vocabulary before. No. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like, what? No. Like, what? Like, what, doesn't seem like you good? You ain't stressed out, you good? Yeah, I am. I'm good for me. I'm not good to save you, me, and everybody else. I can't take care of 2 households. Absolutely not. But I noticed that it was like be at random times. So let me borrow $500. Hold up. Pause. What? Like, no, absolutely not. Now, I will say this. Now, if you know that's your friend or your family or what have you, and you know you're gonna get that money right back, go ahead. But in my case, I will never see it again. I will never see that money again. It will be gone. It will be big gone, and I'm gonna be assed out. And what they gonna just go, my bad, I got 100 of it. Nah. See, don't even put yourself in that situation then. Cause then you're gonna be mad at you. And in this case, I would have been mad at me for sitting here trying to help somebody else who wouldn't been able to do the same for me. Even if they could, they probably still wouldn't. So like at that point, no, absolutely not. I learned the word no. And yeah, that's it on it. Yeah. And number 1, this hurt. I'm not gonna lie. This definitely hurt. I'm not gonna say I shed tears, but I definitely felt some type of way. I started losing friends over this. The craziest things started to happen. There was one person that I considered like a mentor / friend, and I would go to her for advice. And then I started to notice when these changes start happening in my life that she started throwing shade, like major shade. It's about, oh, well, you just childish. And if I would give advice about something, like if I said that I didn't want to give somebody money and what to do because I don't want to part with something that I'm not going to be able to get back and put myself back in a negative situation, I was childish. I was childish for that. When I decided to level up health-wise and get a personal trainer, it was shade about, oh, well, where did you getting all this money from? Maybe if you take care of yourself, which I do. So I don't understand where that came from, but maybe if you would do this and that, or maybe if you would be more independent. I live in this apartment by myself, nobody pays, okay, whatever. Then you wouldn't have money for this trainer. And it's just like, I can get into that story time too, but that hurt because I really thought highly of her. And for her to just like think that I was beneath her, and that's the only reason why she was even remotely trying to or claim to be my friend, because I was beneath her. And when I started, quote unquote, in her mind, leveling up, it became a problem. I also ended up distancing myself from people because they wanted to do things that I wasn't interested in doing no more. So like Applebee's and Old Charlie's was cool every now and then, but I mean, now I want to go see other restaurants too. And these other restaurants aren't $10, $15, $20. And I have friends that are like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. But then I had another set of friends that are just like complaining of why I want to do this. I can't afford it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is what I want to do and this is where I'm going. When you want to go to Applebee's, let me know, but I'm not going to do that every single month. I'm just not, because I want to experience new things. It's a big city we live in, so I won't say it's big. It's like medium, but you know, it's a lot of things that, you know, financially I wasn't able to explore, and now that I can, so I'm like, I want to share these experiences, but everybody's not where I'm at, and I completely understand that. But the fact to throw shade at me or to say that I've changed because of that is absolutely insane. I think that was the biggest blow, besides like all the good stuff, and it kind of in my mind for a long time overshadowed the good that I was feeling and the good that I've done and the good that I was able to accomplish, because I didn't understand why people weren't as happy for me as I would have been for them. But just because, and again, if you're an empath like me, yeah, you feel happy for other people even if you're going through something. You want to, how can I put this? Okay, you're going through something, but you still have no problem celebrating anybody else's accomplishments. But when it came to me, it was like hate and shade and attitudes and all types of craziness and rumors being spread and all types of stuff, because I decided that I wanted better for myself. So, I mean, if anything, I would say just watch the company that you keep, honey. And if you notice like shade, if you notice people start treating you different, if you notice rumors start coming back to you, especially if they're not true, or you tell somebody something and you know you only told that one person and then circled around the whole friend group and then you already know what it is. But that's that doesn't necessarily have to happen if you try to like level up your life. But in this case, it happened to me when I leveled up my life. So I will say that much. But yeah, I learned probably like last month, it was like people gonna got something to say. They gonna have something to say no matter what. So just for me to be completely transparent, honestly, people gonna talk no matter what you do, because it's not necessarily what you're doing. They're pissed that they can't do it too, or they just think that they can't do it too, or they refuse to even change anything so they can do something. So it's easier to talk shit about the person who is actually doing the things that they set out to accomplish. And that's just human nature. So honestly, do whatever it is that you want to do in your life. If you want to pay off your debt, if you want to save for a vacation, if you want to solo travel, if you want to be a digital nomad, whatever it is, if you want to do YouTube, whatever you want to do, just do it, because people are going to talk no matter what. And you will know who your real friends are when you start doing that leveling up. You will know who your real friends are, believe me. Just like you know when your real friends are when you're down, you know who your real friends are when you're up. So, or coming up, because when you up, everybody your friend, honey. But all right, I wanted to thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.